Welcome to Spoon Press Audio, the podcast for your daily story fix with your host, author and award-winning entrepreneur, Anna Emm.
Don't Know Jack, Chapter 2. Charlotte Harding quickly pulls herself in behind the brick wall that flanks the leisure centre steps, but it's too late. The older woman has already spotted her. "Didn't I tell you not to come around here again?" Doris, the centre's receptionist, calls out from where she is now stationed at the top of the steps. She is a large woman, formidable in posture as well as in voice. "I know you're there, young lady. I saw you through the window, taking your photos, so you might as well come out." Charlotte hesitates, and then she steps out behind the wall, the long lens camera in her hand. Busted. "Did you?" She smiles innocently. She lifts her chin to make sure Doris can see her smile from under the hoodie of her raincoat. "This is private property, like I told you before," Doris says. "The street's private property? Don't be smart with me, honey. I will..." But before Doris can finish her threat, a teenage boy, dressed in a leisure centre tracksuit, comes running out through the sliding doors, pale in the face. "Doris, come quick," he shouts, waving his arm. "What is it, boy?" "Just come. Someone's drowning. In the pool." "Good God," Doris mutters. "Where's the bloody lifeguard then?" But she's already running. She and the youngster go through the glass door and then past the turnstiles in the foyer. Left all alone now, and with the door to the inside of the gym unguarded, Charlotte hesitates only for a second. Then she follows them. Jack finds himself slowly surfacing from a deep, dark state of unconsciousness. "Oh, thank God he's coming to," someone says. Water pushes up in his throat and he begins to cough, gasping for breath. His head is being turned to the side. "There you go. You're okay, laddie, you're okay. Everyone take a step back, please. Give him room." Jack's eyes flutter open. The world is upside down. He is lying on his back, looking up. The first thing he sees is the face of an angel peering down at him. Dark skin, bright green eyes, rosy lips, and sleek strands of pitch black hair clinging to the sides of her face and her slender neck. When their eyes meet, the angel smiles. "Well, hello there, Jack," she grins. "Welcome back." He's lying by the side of the pool, he realizes. The cement tiles feel rough and cool under his bare back. What happened? He can't remember. Did he hit his head? He struggles to sit up. "Take it easy, dear," another woman says, and she reaches for him to assist until he is seated upright. Jack recognizes her as Doris, who's always at the reception desk in the front. "What happened?" he stammers, as his eyes travel across the group of faces huddled around him. His gaze focuses again on the dark-haired angel who had spoken to him first, and for the first time Jack registers now that her clothes are dripping wet. "You're wet," he says, and immediately feels foolish. "That's because she jumped in and saved you," Doris says. "Dragged you out and all, gave you CPR. CPR? Jack stammers. "Don't worry, Jack," the angel smiles. "It was all very decent." He frowns. "Have we met? How do you know my name?" She opens her mouth to answer, but Doris interrupts. "Oh, never mind that. Step back. Let him get some air." She gently pushes the angel back. "I'll take it from here, Miss Harding." "Harding?" Jack asks. The girl smiles at him. "Charlotte Harding." "That's enough now," Doris says. "Miss Harding, I need you to leave now." The look she gives the girl confuses Jack, as if something else is going on here that he's unaware of. But Charlotte Harding seems to relent. She pushes herself up from her squatting position and sighs. "So much for gratitude." "Consider me not calling security thanks enough, Miss Harding," Doris says. "Now, off you go. Elliot, go with her. Give her a towel and make sure she leaves. And then you stay by reception until I come, okay? Elliot, the teenager dressed in a leisure centre tracksuit, simply nods. His eyes are wide. He is still staring at Jack as if he's just arrived from another planet. As the two of them leave, Doris returns her attention to Jack. You sure you're right, hon? Would you like me to call the medics so they can check you out? Jack shakes his head. No, I'm fine, thanks. Sorry about all the fuss. Doris frowns. Elliot said you were having some kind of fit in the water. Couldn't see the lifeguard, so he came calling for me, silly boy. By the time I arrived, you were floating. Geez, you gave me such a fright. And then that girl came and got you out. Can you remember what happened? Did you get a cramp or something? Jack turns his head back to the pool. The water is rippling calmly now. The pool is empty. And yet, what did happen? Suddenly, he gasps, the woman. Struggling to his feet, he fights off a wave of dizziness. Where is she? What woman? Doris asks, looking worried. There was a woman over there, in the water. There's no women here, sweetie. The area's men only, remember? The women's pool's on the other side. No, there was a woman in the water. Doris stares at him. You mean like swimming? Jack hesitates. Did he just imagine the whole thing? Was it some kind of illusion brought on by what exactly? It sure felt real. He recalls the woman's gaunt face, her pale skin, the way her large eyes looked into his face when she reached for him. He shivers. You sure you're all right, honey? Jack nods. Yeah, forget it. It must have just... Never mind now, Doris says, comforting. Come, let's get you into a hot shower and some dry clothes. Later, when Jack is standing in the shower with the steamy water running over his body, he realizes that all the sounds around him seem enhanced all of a sudden. The voices coming from the other cubicles, the water gurgling down the drain, the droplets splashing against the tiles, it is all very loud, and getting louder by the minute, as if someone has turned the volume up, as if whatever had happened to him there in the water had somehow popped his ears wide open. When he enters the restaurant, happy, at exactly 1 o'clock to meet Susanna for lunch, the noise inside is almost unbearable, and Jack can hear it all at once. Waiters shouting at one another, pans clanging in the kitchen, grills firing up, chefs calling out orders, and oh good grief, the talking. He suppresses the urge to cover his ears with his hands as he walks over to where Susanna is sitting at their usual table. She is on the phone, but she notices him and smiles. As he takes his seat, Jack tries to relax. He pours himself some ice water from the jug and pretends to study the menu while Susanna finishes her call. But the longer he sits in all that noise, the more disorientated he becomes, and worried. What the heck happened to him there in that pool? Are you okay? Susanna asks him later when their food has arrived. You look pale. Do I? Jack avoids her eyes and picks up a chip from his plate, popping it into his mouth. He starts coughing. Geez, why did they make it so salty? He reaches for his water. When he puts the glass down again, Susanna is eyeing him curiously. Seriously, Jack, what's going on? You're all jumpy. It's nothing, he says. But the smell from his favorite dish is now hitting his nostrils with such intensity that it makes his eyes water. He can smell it all, the pepper, the wine, the soya sauce, the herbs, the grilled meat, and his stomach turns. It's too much. He takes another sip of water, the glass shaking in his hand. Jack! Susanna now has a concerned frown between her eyes. Her phone buzzes on the table beside her plate, but she ignores it. She stares at Jack. I had a little accident at the pool earlier, that's all, Jack stammers. It's really nothing. I'm just a little flustered still, I guess. Accident? What accident? The volume of her voice makes a few customers turn their heads. But to Jack, it feels as if it's piercing right through his brain, as if she's shouting the words through a megaphone into his ears. He takes another sip of water and then begins to relate to her what had happened. He tells her all was fine. He swam the first 2 or so laps and then thought he saw a woman in front of him in the water. It startled him and must have triggered some kind of, episode. I'm fine, he concludes his tale and forces a smile. You don't look fine. It is as if her voice is turning colder and colder, as if the expression on her face is turning to stone. She's upset now. He shouldn't have told her. I'm sorry, he says. What did you see in the water, Jack? She demands. What? He frowns. Nothing. I told you. I just imagined it. He suddenly remembers the girl in the yellow raincoat he had seen through the window that morning, the woman on the bus. Did he imagine that too? God, is he having some kind of a breakdown? You said you saw a woman? Susanna asks, narrowing her eyes. He can guess what she's thinking, that he's going insane. Jack shakes his head. I said I thought I saw a woman, and there was no woman there. It's the men's pool, so... Did she say anything? Startled, Jack looks at her. They look at each other. Seconds tick by. Well? Susanna asks. You think I'm mad, Jack says. She smiles, but her eyes remain stoic as she studies him. No, hun, of course not, but I do think you need to take it easy. You've been pretty stressed about your writing lately, I've noticed, and I've heard you talking in your sleep about deadlines and things. I have? She puts her hands over his and smiles. Things have been hectic with the launch and all that. I don't want you to feel like you have to compete with me. I don't. I know, but I mean subconsciously. She hesitates. Look, what do you say we have them wrap this up as takeaways and then I drive you home? Take the rest of the day off, watch some telly. I'll cook tonight, and then we can get to bed early. I think I still have some of those sleeping tablets. You should take one. Get a proper sleep for once. Jack wants to object, but the noise level in this place is beginning to give him a headache, and there's no way he's going to be able to get this plate of food down. Okay, he says, and then he apologizes again. Susanna was right, though. Lying on the couch for the rest of the day did make him feel better. The jitters and the nausea settled, and he was even able to eat some of his happy takeaway dish, although it did taste completely different from all the other times he had ordered it before. When Susanna came home later and made some pasta, he said he wasn't all that hungry. So she gave him a sleeping tablet and a glass of milk, and he was asleep before 8. Jack sleeps right into the early hours of the morning, when he has a dream. In his dream, he's back in the swimming pool at the leisure center. He's doing his laps, just as he had done that morning. And then, right after the 3rd turn, there she is again, the woman with the grey hair. In his dream, Jack isn't startled to see her. He floats in place under the water, looking at her, and the pace of the scene around them seems to slow down. Even the woman's voice is slowed, stretched out, when she speaks to him the same words she did earlier, the ones he only now remembers. Tomorrow, she says, 11:26 a.m. A little girl is going to drown in this pool. You have to save her, Jack. You must save her.